Ricky Hatton has died at the age of 46, and the world of boxing will never be the same. Known to millions as the Hitman, Hatton wasn't just a fighter. He was the pride of Manchester, the hero of Britain, and a man whose story connected deeply with ordinary people. His sudden passing leaves behind not only his incredible legacy in the sport, but also a grieving family who adored him. Ricky is survived by his sons, Campbell and Fergus, and his daughter, Millie. To them, and to all his loved ones, this loss is far more than the loss of a champion. It is the loss of a father, a son, and a man with a huge heart. When fans talk about Ricky Hatton, they don't just remember his record or his belts. They remember the nights when tens of thousands of fans filled arenas, singing his name to the tune of Blue Moon. They remember the electric atmosphere, the way Ricky made every fight feel like a festival, a gathering of the working-class spirit that he represented so well. He wasn't just fighting for himself, he was fighting for the people who believed in him. Ricky's fighting style was as unforgettable as his personality. He was a relentless pressure fighter, constantly closing the distance, swarming his opponents, and unleashing those signature body shots that could end a fight in an instant. One of the biggest highlights of his career was his unforgettable 2005 victory over Kostiatsayu, a fight that shocked the world and crowned Ricky as the best in his division. That night, Ricky wasn't just a champion, he was a national hero. But his story didn't end with the victories. Ricky showed courage in defeat too. His losses to Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao were against two of the greatest fighters of all time. Even when the outcomes didn't go his way, Ricky earned respect because he never backed down. He stepped into the ring with the best, fought with everything he had, and walked away with dignity. That's something fans admired. He was never afraid of a challenge, and he always gave people their money's worth. Away from the spotlight of the ring, Ricky's life was just as powerful, but for different reasons. He faced struggles, dark times with depression, alcoholism, and battles with his own mental health. But instead of hiding them, Ricky spoke openly, admitting that sometimes his toughest fight wasn't against another boxer, but against himself. That honesty broke down walls. It made him more than just a sports star. It made him relatable, human, and even more lovable. Fans saw themselves in Ricky, the highs, the lows, the laughter, and the tears. The tragedy of his passing feels even heavier because just recently, Ricky was preparing for a return. He had announced an exhibition fight in Dubai this December, and fans were buzzing with excitement to see him back in the ring, even just for one more night. Now, the comeback that could have been has been cut short, leaving behind heartbreak and unanswered questions. The police confirmed that Ricky's body was found in his home in Hyde, Greater Manchester, early Sunday morning. They also confirmed that his death is not being treated as suspicious. Still, the shockwaves are immense. A man so full of life, laughter, and fight is suddenly gone, and fans all over the world are struggling to accept it. Ricky Hatton's story is more than boxing. It's about the power of connection. He connected with fans in ways that few athletes ever could. He wasn't distant, untouchable, or above anyone. He was Ricky, the lad who loved football, loved his pint, loved a laugh, and never forgot his roots. That's why arenas would sell out whenever he fought. That's why fans followed him across the world, from Manchester to Las Vegas. And that's why today his death feels so personal. At just 46, Ricky should have had many more years ahead of him to inspire, to share stories, to be there for his family and fans. Instead, we are left with memories. But what memories they are. Memories of roaring victories, of Blue Moon echoing in stadiums, of a fighter who wore his heart on his sleeve, and of a man who wasn't afraid to be himself. Ricky Hatton, the father, the friend, the champion, you will never be forgotten. You gave us moments we'll carry forever, and though your fight here has ended, your spirit will live on. What's the one Ricky Hatton moment that stays with you? Was it that legendary Kostiatsayu fight, his fearless challenge to Floyd Mayweather, or maybe the way he connected with fans outside the ring? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's celebrate Ricky together. Smash that like button If you'll miss him, subscribe for more stories of the legends we've lost, and keep his name alive by talking about what he meant to you. Blue heart rest in peace, Ricky Hatton. Gone too soon, but never forgotten.